volleyball head coach Mark Pavlik, who had 5 athletes at the Rio Olympics, two on the Mexico national team, three on Team USA. Those three on Team USA were instrumental in USA's comeback victory over Russia and became the first Penn State men's volleyball players to win medals at the Olympics.
Oh, thanks, Jeff. Echoing what Sandy said, and I thank her for. I'm sure our guys were great to see a little bit of Rec Hall and the Maracana Zeno arena. Um, all I can add to that is we're certainly the Penn State alumni and following are very proud of them, but the men's volleyball alums, we had a very exciting 16 days, and we reconnected with people that I hadn't heard from for maybe 15, 20 years, that it was really a source of inspiration for us all, both on the men's side and the women's side. Uh, it was quite a 16-day run for us.
Did you get a chance to reach out to former guys and talk to them since the games have ended?
Not since. I've kind of let them let's get settled, let their friends, family, and towns have first shot at them. But I had texted them throughout the games and let them know what we were thinking back here.
What was it like? I mean, it's so hard to describe such a influx of experiences all at once. But what was it like for you just being on that journey with that team?
As a fan, there have only been two other matches where I have been as emotional. Both were national championship matches that my wife had won down at Juniata. And I thought, I got this. And the Brazil, the 0-2 start was like, we're this close. And then when things started to snowball, it was, I think, and is well, Sandy's left, so I didn't get a whole lot of work done because they were streaming everything live. But it was amazing watching guys that you saw. Max Holt finished the second best server in the tournament. I wish I could have people see how Max learned to serve, because his freshman year, his first semester here, he couldn't serve. He could not serve. My assistant coach then, Dennis Hohenschaut, who's the head coach at UVA right now for the women, I remember Dennis coming up exasperated after a session with Max saying, why don't we just let him serve underhand? So my point is these guys have grown so much, and to be part of that journey, to have them part of my life and everybody else's that they've touched here, made it even more special to watch as they showed what kind of monsters they could be.
And Max became the glue.
Yeah.
Some of those really close matches.
Who'd have thunk?
Right. And so you watching that, what are the thoughts that are going through your head?
I think at this point, those are what we expected. Max, Maddie, Aaron, Carlos, even though Ivan was only just a coach, what we expected from them. And we knew that their upside was going to be so great. Maddie arguably is in the handful of the greatest outside hitters in the world. Max is probably the top 3 middle blockers in the world. And Aaron's, for a second-year player to do what he did on that stage with that level, is unheard of. And for those three to pull that off and be such a cog in the wheel of the success that the men's volleyball had at the Olympics is pretty staggering for people that really know the game.
I'm guessing Russ wasn't getting a whole lot of work done either in the side of the office.
I didn't even go down there. I was sequestered in my office watching it. It was a great tournament. You play that tournament 10 times, you're going to have 6, 7 different winners. Brazil was this far away from not even getting into the medal round, and we were that far away from not getting into it. So, and you've had 4 winners over the World Championships, the Olympics, the World League, all different teams. So the parity in the men's game worldwide is staggering right now. Really fun to watch.
I'm not sure whether you can speak on this or not, but in terms of having such a massive representation, especially all on one team, such a cluster of representation from this school, have you noticed that impacts recruiting at all?
We've had more inquiries from international students, yeah, and I think that you can draw that directly to number one, this university standing in the world listings as one of the top universities in the world, and then from those that follow volleyball and want to achieve athletically, they're seeing Max, Maddie, Aaron, and I think there's, with the aid of the internet now, they can go in and say where these guys come from, and all of a sudden they start putting two and two together, and there are more reaching out now than have ever reached out in the past.
Matt's one of the few non-football athletes in the world who was very enthusiastic about that football player. What was it that you saw in him early, and how he grew as a kid?
It's become more physical. He always had the length, obviously. You know, he came in as a freshman at 6'7" and left as a junior at 6'10". You know what that's called, by the way, coaching. You know, and Maddie, it just, those long guys take a little bit more time to develop physically and mature, and their strength catches up to them. And that's been the biggest aspect of his game that I think has really taken a jump probably in the last 5 years, where he's now a man. And I think his jump has always been hovering around 12 feet. And he's just, his experiences in Korea, in Italy, and certainly in Russia now, where he's just played the last 5 or 6 years with the best players in the world, his adaptability to saying, okay, this is what I need to do to be successful. He's the one player I think that over the years that we've had understood his strengths at whatever level he was at and what he needed to do to become the best at that level. So I don't know if that answered the question, Steve, but.
No, but does it also help though in recruiting wise that if you have like twin folks who are
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, Tommy Jeske from Loyola also left early last year. He went over to Poland and is playing professionally in Poland. And I think in volleyball, you know, you start weighing 4.5 scholarships, where the majority of our kids aren't having their way to their school paid for, and they get dangled, you know, $250,000 a year plus in front of them. It's real tough to say, no, you want to go in debt another $75,000. And these guys, I think the real responsibility it puts on us is to make sure that the kids that can go out and command that type of dollar figure, we know and we give good advice to. But the kids who think they can go out and get that, we've got a huge responsibility to sit them down, look them in the eye, and say, not quite yet. Well, thank you.